I think walleye. We were just talking, maybe we should jig this. We've got, it's kind of the thing about trolling, that this spot is big. It's maybe 3 or 4 football fields long. And we're kind of figuring out the sweet spot is, we caught a few on this side, but it's so big, the trolling it, you kind of learn where the really good stuff is. And on this spot, the really good stuff is right back there. 3 passes.
Down, man. That might be a big fish.
3 walleye, big pike, smallmouth. Nice walleye, real nice walleye.
There we go.
I think it'd be more fun to catch him jigging. What do you say we do a little jigging on this spot, dude?
A good thing I net him for him, because every time his rapala pops out of the mouth.
You're talking about go-to baits to have that tail dancer. It's definitely one of them, you know, that it's got such a steep dive curve. You can fish it in 30 feet, you can fish it in 8 feet because it's so deep. 8 feet, you can just troll right over the tops of those rocks, not get snagged, but then get down 20, 30 feet. It's amazing.
It's been interesting too. I mean, you can see what we're catching on jigs compared to what we're catching on these crankbaits.
Average.
The fish are actually bigger, have been bigger
yeah.
coming on these crankbaits.
Yep.
So, you know, there's a lot of ways to catch fish. You know, and we have the luxury of bringing our own boat. We can throw all of our tackle in everything but the kitchen sink, but there are places where your fly-ins or drive-tos that you're using the camp boat. Let me give you our top 5 baits when we come to Canada to catch walleyes.
Love it.
You know, you're talking about coming up to Ontario. I typically like to bring my whole tackle box, everything but the kitchen sink, but if you were to tell me I could only bring 5 different types of baits, I would have to say number 1, and it's not even close, is the jig. It's the most versatile piece of tackle that you can use for catching walleyes. You can obviously put a minnow on it. You can put soft plastics like a paddle tail or a minnow profile type of bait or a grub. The second would be, and it's very similar but I think they're different, would be a hair jig. They come in different shapes and sizes as well, and different weights, colors, and so forth. And again, they're a versatile type bait. You can use them plain. You don't need anything on these. Just rip them. You can jig them normal. You can put minnows on them. You can put soft plastics. It doesn't matter. They flat out catch walleyes. Number 3, and this is one of my all-time favorite baits when it comes to walleyes in Ontario, and I think jig and wraps and walleyes go hand in hand. It's a rip it. It's a reactionary bait, and they are very effective. 4th, it's pretty obvious. You can't go to Ontario without crankbaits, shallow running crankbaits, deep running crankbaits, because you don't know whether the fish are going to be from May till October. Fish swim in all different depths all season long. There's no question about that. Shallow running cranks and deep running cranks are a must when you come to Ontario. 5th, but not least, bottom bouncers. Again, I'm talking about versatile baits, but you can do a lot of different things with them. I love using bottom bouncers in that midsummer range when those walleyes are going deep in their summer patterns, the bug hatch is happening. I pull a lot of crawler harnesses. So don't forget to bring bottom bouncers. So those are my top 5 baits when you come to Ontario.
Hey, for more information, check out visitsunsetcountry.com or call 1-800-665-7567 to get a free guide and map.